Hi, I'm Crazy Jack and I'm here today to tell you about my amplifier. Here's one I got here, right here, yeah. Hi, my name's Martin Harvey. I'm not really crazy. I'm not really called Jack, but I thought Crazy Jack was a great name for my brand of home hand-built amplifiers and relict Telecaster products. Now I'm a great Tele fan, which is why I only do Telecaster stuff at the moment. But I'm here today to tell you a little bit about my amps because I'm selling some of these on eBay and I thought you might be interested in hearing how they sound. They're great. Now my idea when I started making these was to produce a portable 9-volt battery powered, there's the battery compartment. Most of these amps have the battery compartment on the bottom here, and this one's using a recycled battery, rechargeable battery. Okay, and they're all pretty similar. Some have more features than others. This is CJ number 010, or number 10. This is your guitar in, and this is your speaker out. A very powerful function that is. I'll try and demonstrate that for you as well. I like the rustic distressed look, but we also have some plain ones. I think I've just sold off, packaged off the last plain one I had, but I'm producing these in all sorts of colours and so on. Now, in general, I'm using a Visaton, or however you pronounce it, little speaker from a German company. There's one in here, and these are 4-ohm speakers. Now, the amplifier circuit in these is rated to give its best performance at 8 ohms, but I found that it works really nicely with 4-ohm speakers, and these little powerhouses pack quite a punch. They're really well made. I can't open this box up, unfortunately. I don't have one to hand. Oh, so here we go. This is one I have here, ready wired up for testing. And as you can see, it's a Visaton. This is an 8-ohm version, but as you can see, they're sturdy, beautiful little speakers, and they pack a great sound. So I'm using those in most of my amplifiers now. They cost about £10 each, so that's a fair chunk of the £10 to £12 actually. That's a fair chunk of the price of the amp. The amps feature a aluminium control panel. Oh, I've taken the knobs off here because I'm relicking a few things at the moment, and this one needs a new relic knob. Yes, so there's lovely quality parts, aluminium there, incorporated into a lovely Nicaraguan cigar box, which is a fantastic cabinet. They're really resonant, and I don't know whether I mentioned somewhere on my site, but I did a degree in music and composition. In fact, I got a master's degree in composition many years ago, so I know a fair bit about sound, and these little cigar boxes are perfect for the job. I love them, and since I started making these about 2 years ago, I haven't played anything else. I've got Vox and Fender amplifiers, but I rarely bother to dig them out. I'm working here at my desk most of the time, so these things are ideal to put on your desktop. Okay, so I can't remember which one that is. I think that's CJ009, and that's on eBay at the moment. A nice black grille and a black cast iron handle. Your roadies can take 2 of these at once. And this is CJ010. Now this one's got a bigger speaker. I was trying out some, basically the bigger the speaker you attach to this amplifier, the louder and cleaner it gets. If you plug in your average hi-fi speaker, which are, say a 6-inch speaker or something like that, you get a really big punch out of these things. Anyway, this one's a 70mm speaker, slightly different design. I'm not sure what the brand is. I think that's sort of unbranded. I was trying these out, but they're actually very good. Again, the battery compartment in the bottom here. You don't have to take the back off to get inside. It's all nicely sealed in a lovely little resonant cabinet with little black rubber feet. And I like to balance these up so they always sit nicely on the desk and don't rock about. We're getting to the playing, nearly there. I'm just going to show you a couple of others. This is one of the first ones I made a few years ago. And this has got the CB Gitty speakers in it, which I picked up for about £1 as a job lot on eBay. And this is a jewellery box converted. Can you hear that resonance? Beautiful. Same sort of thing, aluminium control plate. This one's got a gain control as well, but I don't really bother with that with these little amps. The idea behind this was to get as much beautiful sound out of as tiny a box as possible, and I think I've achieved that with these amps, so I'm very pleased. Just one final thing before we get into some playing. Most of these amps have a speaker out socket. Some even have a headphone socket here, but these two don't. But when you plug this, take a lead out of here, just a average old guitar lead or speaker lead or cable or whatever you want to call it. Take that out and plug it into a bigger speaker. That's when you really get the full punch of these. Okay, one other little thing. I'm working on this. Again, I've taken the knob off, but it will have a knob just like that on it. This is what I'm calling the Jellyfish, and I came across this. I like recycling, you see, and hey, it's a tuna tin. This is this is a prototype. So I worked out some of the design on here and how to get it inside. I may show you a little bit of that. Here's one I'm selling on eBay. I'll get the knob attached. This is Jellyfish 002 because the first one went to my friend Matthew and he loves it. And as you can see, this is finished nicely now. Got a nice circle cutter to cut out the... This is actually recycled mouse mat. So you know when the fabric falls off your mouse mat and there's nothing much to do but to throw it away, I decided, well, I'll add it to my recycled components. So I've got a recycled tuna tin, recycled mouse mat, and a bit of recycled plywood that I had hanging around in the shed. Obviously some of the bits are new, the circuits are new, the battery's got to be new, but I'm also working on a solar chargeable one of these. Now these are ideal for camping. They're not quite loud enough for busking, but they're great for camping or sitting around in your office and playing quietly. They just sit on the desktop so easily and they're quite attractive. And I'm developing the branding on these. There's the plywood ring which forms the face of the cabinet, and here's my little Jellyfish. There we go, look at the quality of that. Beautiful, isn't it? I love these things. Right, so there's going to be more of these on eBay, so keep watching out for those. I think it's time we should do some playing. Right, so I'll get myself a Telecaster. Here we have a Fender Mexican Tele. I love my Teles. This one's sort of candy apple sparkly red. It's had a few dings which I've repaired. And I like this little thing. So what you do with your amp here, you take your standard guitar lead, you plug it in your guitar like this, and you plug it in your amp like this, and then here we go. You get a reassuring little clunk. Listen. There we go. Now you do get some noise with this. This is humming a little bit because it's probably picking up radio waves from my computers and bits and pieces. You know, you can't expect too much. It's a tiny little chip in there after all, but this is recorded straight from the. There's no miking up or anything. This is going straight into the phone. So as you can see, it's got a lovely clean tone if you want. Excuse my playing, I'm a bit rusty at the moment. Take off some of the treble there. Excuse the tuning and everything, but can you hear that lovely deep rich bass and the lovely tone you get out of these things? Okay, so that's volume nearly full, volume down to 0, about middle. I play a lot of country stuff, so that's mostly what this sort of thing gets played. So I've taken all the treble off. I'm on the back pickup there. Let's give it a little bit more tone. So we take the middle pickup. Now you probably notice a little bit of distortion. If you hit it, you get a to get distortion, and if that's the sort of thing you like, fine.